In a world shaped by social media, our sense of self is no longer formed only by who we are, but by how we are seen. Platforms promise connection and self-expression, yet they also influence how identity is performed, measured, and valued. This video explores the relationship between social media and self-identity, how identity is formed, shaped, and challenged. In a digital world,
who are we? And does the self we are truly reflect who we are online? Or has the digital space promised us a form of liberation that quietly reshapes our identity? For centuries, identity was understood as something grounded in human existence, in thought, memory, and moral responsibility. Today, however, identity is increasingly mediated through screens, profiles, and curated images. This shift raises a fundamental question. Are we expressing who we are online? Or are we becoming something else? The digital world often presents itself as a space of freedom. Online, we can choose how we appear, what we share, and who we want to be. This flexibility is often described as liberation, freedom from physical limits and social expectations. Yet this freedom is paradoxical. Instead of asking, "Who am I?" we begin to ask, "How do I want to be seen?" Identity moves away from inner reflection toward external validation. Visibility becomes value, and what remains unseen begins to feel insignificant. Online identity is therefore selective. We reveal success, happiness, and confidence. Philosophically, this can be understood through the idea of the mask. In doing so, we create a digital persona, not entirely false, but never complete. This selective self-presentation fragments identity. The more attention the digital persona receives, the more it risks replacing the lived self, not because it is more real, but because it is more visible. Historically, masks represented roles rather than essence. They were temporary, symbolic, and clearly separate from the self. In the digital age, however, the mask is worn constantly. Profiles must be maintained, optimized, and performed. The danger is no longer deception, but substitution. This transformation is captured by philosopher Jean Baudrillard. Through the concept of hyperreality, Baudrillard argues that in contemporary society, representations no longer reflect reality, they replace it. Applied to digital identity, the online self becomes more real than the lived self. People are judged by their posts, not their presence, by their image, not their existence. Simulation overtakes being. So the challenge today is not to reject the digital self, but to remember its limits. If social media shapes identity, then it also reflects power. Who controls digital platforms? Controls the templates through which identity is formed. And when most major platforms are designed and governed by Western corporations, this power carries specific cultural assumptions about success, beauty, individuality, and visibility. Platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and X do not simply host content. They standardize what is considered desirable and meaningful. Western norms of self-expression, lifestyle, and personal branding are promoted as universal ideals. Meanwhile, local cultures and philosophies are often marginalized, reduced to surface level. Aesthetics are treated as trends rather than systems of meaning. In this sense, identity is not only shaped, it is subtly colonized. Decolonization offers a critical response to this condition. To decolonize identity is to reclaim the authority to define who we are, according to our own cultural frameworks. It means questioning whose values are embedded in digital spaces, and resisting the assumption that Western norms represent neutrality or progress. Decolonization does not reject technology. It challenges cultural dominance within it. Malaysian philosophical perspectives provide meaningful alternatives. Influenced by traditional, communal, and Islamic thought, Malaysian understandings of identity emphasize relational selfhood, moral responsibility, and social harmony. Identity is not defined by visibility or performance, but by ethical conduct, community relationships, and cultural continuity, rather than asking how one appears to others. This perspective asks how one exists with others. This stands in contrast to Western individualism, where identity is often measured through personal achievement, attention, and influence. Malaysian philosophy reminds us that identity can be collective rather than competitive, rooted rather than performative. Resistance, therefore, becomes possible.
If identity was once grounded in human existence, social media has transformed it into a space where identity is not simply expressed, but actively constructed. In digital environments, the self is no longer unified. We present multiple versions of ourselves. One for Instagram, another for TikTok, LinkedIn, or X. Identity becomes curated, fragmented, and performative. Each post, story, or tweet is shaped to manage perception. Who we are becomes less important than how we are seen. Social media encourages constant performance. We display success, happiness, confidence, and belonging, while concealing doubt, vulnerability, and contradiction. The result is a digital persona, a version of the self-optimized for visibility and engagement. It is not entirely false, but it is always incomplete. At the center of this process lies algorithmic logic. Social media platforms do not neutrally reflect reality. They reward what is visible, emotional, and shareable. What gains attention is amplified, and popularity begins to function as a measure of value. Here lies a critical logical problem. Popularity does not equal truth. An idea may be widely shared and still be false. A persona may be admired and still lack depth. Yet algorithms do not evaluate meaning or authenticity. They respond only to engagement. These systems shape not only what others see, but how we come to understand ourselves. We learn which aspects of our identity are rewarded, and we begin to perform accordingly. Over time, the digital persona can dominate the self, not because it is more authentic, but because it is more visible. This reflects a postmodern condition.